I don't know if you've heard about it yet or not, but there is a marketplace called Misprint Market that is currently on the rise, especially with other sellers and even buyers as well. It's getting a lot of advertisement, a lot of push in the community. So today, as an early adopter from the selling side of things, I thought it would be helpful if I give an honest review of my opinion from what I've been able to use Misprint Marketplace to help further my business. But before we get into that, my name is Jeremiah. First time here, I'm a Pokemon card seller with Boss Collectibles. I've been doing that for about 7 months now, full time. I've worked in multiple multi-billion-dollar industries and learn business practices from them, and I hope to pull that into a Pokemon business for myself and hopefully share some of that with you as well. So let's get into some of the things that I like first. First of all, the seller fees that Misprint Marketplace offers is extremely competitive and probably the best in the industry. They say they're the best in the industry, and I haven't found a better one at this moment where you can reliably get buyers, so that would naturally make them the lowest in the market. Their base rate is 7% seller fees. eBay is 11, I believe, and TCG Player is 12 to 13. And depending on what price of cards you're selling, that normally gets extrapolated out because of the 30-cent fee that's added on for every transaction for the credit card fee. So really it ends up being more like 18-ish% on bulk cards, which is what most people start out with when they begin selling. So the 7% plus the 30 cents that they still have is very good. One other interesting thing about the fees on Misprint Marketplace that they have just started adding in is there is a way to decrease the fees lower even as you continue to be a good seller in good seller standing on Misprint Marketplace. They have a way to get your fee down, or your seller fees down to 5% if you take a Stripe payment, which would be cash into your bank account, and then an additional fee reduction if you take in-store credit for a misprint, which if you're trying to run a business to where you're going to actually pay yourself, doesn't always help that much. You kind of need the cash if you're going to pay your bills with cards, but for those of you that are just doing it more as a side hustle or someone who is just trying to sell a couple extra cards to further their collection, that's a really great way to get more value out of your cards. You're essentially getting direct marketplace if you sell it and just take store credit on Misprint Marketplace. The next thing I want to talk about is their listing capability. It's very simple actually. Now I use SortSwift, link in the description if you want to try that out for yourself. But SortSwift links my inventory that I already have with SortSwift onto Misprint. But we're not talking about them. Misprint, if you just use them without any other software, very easy. You can do anything from scanning a PSA slab like you would into any of your general pricing apps like Alt or Card Ladder or anything like that, and they'll take that certificate number and make a listing just for you off of that one scan. Similar with singles, you can take your scanner on your phone and use any of the tools that are out there to assist you in making listings for your cards, or to scan your cards with your phone, I should say. And they'll generate the listings for you based on those scans. They'll use your images and put them onto the listings for you. They also give you a storefront, so all your listings are in one place. That's one thing that I haven't probably made the best use of, but whenever that comes to trying to get buyers to shop just with you, if you have a large amount of inventory, having them all in one place is very helpful. So that's a little bonus positive for Misprint. Even if you don't have scans or don't want to take the time to scan them yourself, but you maybe sell on TCG Player or know how to export your inventory from eBay, stuff like that, and just want to give Misprint a try, you can upload CSVs very easily. Or if you use their collection feature, you can actually pull cards in from your collection to be sold. So for instance, if you are ready to be done with some of your pitch black cards and are ready to get some of the 30th anniversary sealed product, you can sell your cards, and then, like I mentioned earlier, take store credit, buy some sealed from another seller on Misprint for very cheap. So it's very good. I do have some slight nitpicks that I know they are currently working through because their seller support's very active. But occasionally when you're uploading cards using a CSV or SortSwift or however you upload your inventory that's not a scan, there will be an image that doesn't match the card you're trying to sell. And sometimes that causes confusion with the buyer, but normally it's not that big of a deal. And they are working to correct those as we speak, so it shouldn't be very much longer that happens. But last thing I wanted to talk about in terms of a positive, there is one constructive criticism I'll give in a moment, but the last positive thing I wanted to talk about was the shipping. So they actually present the customer the selling fee. So what I mean by that is every order you get, the buyer pays $2.50 in shipping, no matter what the order amount is. I think there is some talks about making variable shipping amounts in the future, and you have the opportunity as a seller to set a free shipping threshold. So if you want to say every order over $20, you're going to get free shipping. It's totally up to you. $50, $100, whatever, you can do it. Actually, $50 may be the max, but either way, $50, $100, when you're shipping bulk, it's kind of all the same. So $2.50, you're automatically going to get that from the customer. Most of the time, this is going to cover the complete shipping label. They have integrated shipping with Easy Post, which is good. Gives you a little bit more visibility into where the card is at any given time. Helps you with the sellers or the buyers as well when they have concerns. And that's going to cover all of your shipping costs. So normally in bulk, you kind of have to pinch pennies where you can and maybe take some shortcuts to save some money. You don't have to worry about that with Misprint because they're covering you basically an extra $1.50 on shipping supplies. So you can use top of the line supplies. Don't have to cheap out on any lower quality supplies or possibly cut out any steps if you don't want to. So that's very good. The thing that I have a nitpick with, it's not really a huge deal. Whenever you're going to pack orders, you have, as far as I know, maybe I'm just dumb and I haven't figured it out, haven't asked the right question, but you have to go into each order and generate the shipping label for each order, which I kind of understand because they don't want you to possibly not put in the correct weight for any order. And they do recommend that you upload a picture for every order that you send after it's packed, but that's not required. So that's why they don't allow you to generate all the shipping labels at once. But the packing slips are also not able to be generated all at once either, which is kind of annoying. I did bring that up with Misprint seller support, like I mentioned, and currently I'm not able to even generate them at all because of something that's on the back end. I really don't know, but they're working through that. I have bought cards on Misprint as well, and other sellers are able to generate the packing slip, so I think it's probably just some combination of me using the app and using an Android, but whatever, that's my problem for being an Android user. So overall, if you wanted to give it like a rating out of 10, with 0 being, I don't know, like Reddit or Craigslist or something for selling Pokemon cards, and I don't know, maybe, is it eBay 10? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think there is a 10 actually. But Misprint, I would say, is close to an 8 for me. It's very good. I don't have a deal where they just pay me out to make this video, but if you do want to try Misprint and you do want to support me, there is a link that I'll post down in the description to where you can try it out as a buyer or a seller for the first time. It'll give you a little bit of a kickback. It'll give me a kickback, so it'll help both of us. And you can try out a platform that I think is highly recommendable from the seller side. So thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe. Hope you like. Come back we're going to start making videos daily. So thank you.